clearly, obviously, Vice President Harris is a lightning rod for the right. They like attacking her. She was really criticized for seeming, I should say, somewhat defensive when asked, how come you're not going to the border on this trip, whether it was Lester Holt or other.
Now to an end, it is considering a new range of measures to stop the wrong people from. Tonight, the stunning news: Saigon had fallen. The war in Vietnam was finally over. A war that consumed this country and left deep divisions that persist to this day. Covering the story that day from the White House, NBC's Tom Brokaw. And now to the story many of you are talking about tonight, and one that for us not only hits close to home, but in our home. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket successfully launched late this evening, carrying a satellite bound for the far reaches. Hall of Fame college basketball coach Jerry Tarkanian has died, who wrecked the cruise ship Costa Concordia. Now a follow-up to an NBC News investigation. The Navy has ordered new safety measures on the MH-53E helicopter. Its anchor and managing editor of Nightly News has been suspended by NBC management for 6 months without pay. Director of the moderator would meet the press, Chuck Todd. Chuck, we've got a presidential election around the corner. This resolution would extend. And one more note from Washington. Late today, the House passed a bill that now in NBC News, space and aviation.
He has pleaded not guilty in that case. He's also being sued in civil court by a man who says Aaron Hernandez shot him in the face. Lester?
All right, Ron, thank you. Incidents raising alarm about the use of police force. Shocking video has surfaced of an officer taking down an armed suspect by. In this era of big league, multi-million-dollar deals for athletes, the San Diego Padres may have made one of the best deals in baseball. It doesn't get a lot of attention, but the value, priceless. Here's NBC's Joe Fryer. Good evening. Our collective sense of security was shattered again today by terror, this time inside an Orlando nightclub. 50 people are dead. All right, Miguel Almaguer, thank you. And as the search and rescue operations continue in the key, it's misery for up to 15 million more.
Lester?
All right, Gabe Gutierrez, thank you. In the Caribbean, an urgent relief mission is underway for the islands left in ruins by the force of Hurricane Irma. Thousands there are desperate for food, Coast Guard, as they made their way to St. Thomas. We're back now with some encouraging news tonight for women dealing with menopause and its uncomfortable side effects that can last years. Jaw-dropping video out of Connecticut, a small plane crashing into a tree and flipping over. Everyone, the long farewell to an American president is underway tonight. Still ahead as we continue tonight, we'll have more on President George H.W. Bush and the pillar of his life. Also, we'll go to Alaska for an update on that powerful and destructive earthquake. Parts of southern Alaska were lives of George and Barbara Bush. That's NBC Nightly News for this Saturday. I'm Lester Holt. And now, they chat like never before. So what did you guys talk about during your online chats?
Well, we didn't really talk about nothing. We had
no barriers to true friendship. Some boys and girls still aren't back in school, and they're still studying online right now. Do you have any advice for them to make it a little bit easier? Yep, she said. And by the way, they had me cracking up for most of that interview. When we come back, she started her own booming business. One of the sweetest stories we've seen in a while. Boston's Grace Connor overcame a major obstacle to become a force to be reckoned with in the supermarket frozen food aisle. And now at only 17, she's giving back. NBC's Ann Thompson tells us about a budding Beantown tycoon.
Ann Thompson, NBC News, Boston. Oh, yum.
Oh, that's yum indeed. We want to give a warm hello to viewers watching us on the new NBC Boston, which launched New Year's Day. And for the folks hard at work at NBC Boston, welcome to the family. That's going to do it for us. A warning today from the NTSB that without a major safety upgrade to the nation's rail lines, we risk another catastrophic crash. Investigators say a system called PTC, for Positive Train Control, could have prevented several deadly crashes. An unusual chase on the highways of Texas today, and it wasn't exactly at high speed. For an hour and a half, police chased a stolen tractor-trailer through 2 counties in the Dallas area. Authorities used sticks and tire deflation devices to try to stop it. The driver wouldn't get out, so officers finally fired tear gas into the cab of the truck, and he finally surrendered. After an absence of 21 years, the Los Angeles area is getting its old football team back. NFL voters are overwhelmingly approved the application by the Rams. Another volcano on that island is just a few miles away. Stark terrain to help mimic a mission to Mars. It's part of a NASA-funded study to examine how well a small group of people can work together while isolated from the rest of society. Oil prices hit multi-year lows, the close encounters we've ever seen in the deep. Newly released video of what's believed to be the biggest great white shark ever caught on camera. And it's as terrifying as it is awe-inspiring. We want to take just a moment to tell you where Ryan told us he's taking several days off this broadcast amid questions. Told us it's clear he's become too much a part of the news. It's been nearly 46 years since Neil Armstrong took one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, and a camera that recorded the lunar lander's final approach, and Buzz Aldrin's walk down the ladder before touching the surface of the moon. That's our broadcast for this Monday night as we begin a new week. Thank you for being with us. I'm Lester Holt in for Brian. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow evening. Tonight, Jeb Bush is in damage control mode, trying to clarify how he answered a question about
to get that done.
All right, Peter, thank you. Good evening. Brian is off tonight. I'm Lester Holt.
Outrage the victims. Lester?
All right, Mark, thank you. A follow-up tonight on the crash landing of a Southwest Airlines jet at New York's LaGuardia Airport involving the terrorism threat. Been charged in secret, but we now know one of them is the founder of a Libyan extremist group. He's accused of playing a significant role in the attack. Officials say other charges have been filed, though they have been sealed for now. Back in this country, a man is in custody in Pennsylvania tonight, charged with killing 3 people. President Obama was in Phoenix today, where he called again for major reforms in this country's mortgage finance system as the nation's housing market improves. Among other things, the president said the government-backed Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac should be eliminated. We're back now with an increasingly common occurrence in some of the waters along the East Coast this summer: shark scares. And not just any sharks. Dozens of great whites are being sighted this summer, lured into shallow waters by the seals they feed on. And it's become a big issue in Cape Cod along the Massachusetts coast. We're back in a moment with a T-shirt that started an uproar tonight at a popular clothing store. Encouraging news on the problem of childhood obesity. The CDC says that between 2008 and 2011, the Children's Place says it's pulling a T-shirt for girls from its stores at split screen as police in riot gear clash with violent demonstrators nearby. Tear gas, flashbangs, smashed windows, and fires.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Learned today that it's now 8 babies. When it was time to land, the nose gear would not deploy. It wasn't pretty, but the pilot managed to rest the plane down easily on that nose. Now to Southern California and a wild chase through the streets and freeways of Los Angeles. An armed suspect on the run, police on his trail. A very dangerous situation playing out last night as he slammed into several drivers along the way, then carjacked a woman at gunpoint. All of it caught on camera. Smile is an effect caused by gravitational warping. In Vegas last night didn't happen on any stage. Rather, it was the implosion of 12-story Clarion Casino Hotel near the Strip, known for years as the Debbie Reynolds, who used to own it. But not everything happened as planned. Despite more than 2 tons of explosives, the elevator core remains standing, leaning to the side. Crews are now working to finish the job. The idea, if the pennies, that is, added up. Any office manager looking to boost morale will tell you so. At Ellis, bringing for pizza. That's our broadcast for this Tuesday night. I'm Lester Holt.